Awesome. So we are going to learn today basically how to set up a successful digital marketing campaign and increase that. This is all based in all my testing, everything that I've been trying and all that it have worked for me, because yeah, I spent so much money trying different things and figured it out. Different method and didn't work. So I'm gonna teach you, basically I'm gonna save you a lot of money, teaching you everything that have worked for me in the past year, even in the more difficult time for the ads, which has been recently due to changes that iOS 14 is doing to Facebook. But yeah, this still work, and I really encourage everyone to try this method and see how they go. Of course, marketing is so test. Every business is different, but I I have tried and teach this to many people, and every person that I have shared this information with, they have given me a very good feedback, which is great. For the participation with the Zoom, yes, you can like write in the chat whatever question you have. Anyway, and at the end of the session, I'm gonna leave a few minutes so you can ask me any, because it's gonna be a lot of information. So pretty sure you're gonna have questions. So no worries at all. You can ask or even reach me out later. I'm gonna put here my contact, which is in here. This is my business, Give Me Coco, but I'm always reading everything, so you can contact me there. Yeah, I'm in LinkedIn as well, Adela de la Flor, or my Instagram, Adela de la Flor. Any question that you have later on, or for the people that are gonna watch the recording, you can reach me out anytime, because I guess that when you have more questions is when you actually start practicing and doing it. So yeah, here a little bit about me. So I'm Adela de la Flor. I'm Gimme Coco founder. I started my business almost 2 years ago. I'm very passionate and entrepreneurial woman, originally from Spain, but I've been living in Australia for the last 5 years. I love traveling, cooking plant-based healthy food. I love people and have a healthy and positive lifestyle. My background is law. However, I was not passionate about it. So I left everything I have behind with one mission: to follow my dream and make them come true. So I came to Australia, I studied marketing, and since then I start my e-commerce businesses. That is actually where I learn more, definitely more than anything, dealing with the studying, because studying is always very like theory or whatever, and then marketing is the opposite, it's all practical, and it's always changing. So how the best way to learn is testing and trying yourself. That's how you become the real marketing expert. And so yeah, digital marketing has been 90% of my days. Weekend, holiday, yeah, it's my life every day. Because I have an e-commerce, so that's the base of the every e-commerce business. I think nowadays marketing and digital, after COVID, digital marketing is necessary for every business, but especially if you have an e-commerce, or you said through a website, is a must, to dominate this area and to understand a little bit. I found it super useful. So yeah, I want to create a community of conscious, empowered, and motivated people that feel fulfilled and passionate what they're doing. That's like my mission. This is the agenda for today. So first, I'm going to speak very quick about mindset, then what is a digital marketing, and some concepts. Like this, you understand the rest of the class, basically. So then we are going to set up at we're going to do it live, basically. I'm going to teach you first the theory, and then we're going to do it with one account that I have. And then I'm going to teach you how to optimize your ads. So when they are going and working really well, how to actually improve them, basically. And then we're going to have some questions at the end. So about mindset, I think is the key and the base of everything to have the right mindset. So for me, that is for me my goal, and what it motivates me every day will be to achieve freedom and fulfillment. So that's the first thing that you need to ask yourself, like, what is my outcome? What do I really want? I want with this business, or with this marketing strategy, with whatever you do, just ask yourself what is actually your goal. That will give you a much better like perspective, and it will make you more motivated and more passion to achieve, and it will give you more solution. I think it gives you a big picture basically. So this is a phrase that I really love. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That's why I start my e-commerce business, because I just feel like I don't know, every morning I wake up and I've been sleeping and I have purchases from, or like from the States or from whatever country. And it's just like Warren Buffett in my head saying this word every morning. It's just like magic. It's like, wow, I've been sleeping or I've been sleeping and I've been at the beach, or I've been enjoying my life and I've been making money. That's like the ultimate goal for me. So the key takeaway, it will be focused on the goal. In my case, is freedom, abundance, and fulfillment. But of course, every person has different goals. It's just an example of what was my answer, what I thought about this. Then take action. The majority of the people don't achieve anything just because they don't take action, which for the people that take action is great, because we are who succeed. It's not that we succeed just by luck, like many people would say, they have success just because luck. Is about taking action. And then success is 80% mindset and 20% work. So you work a lot in your mindset, and for that I highly recommend these books. These books, especially The Secret of the Millionaire Mind and the Think and Grow Rich. If you don't know these books, I would highly recommend you to read them. They are life-changing. So what is digital marketing and some important concept? So digital marketing is the use of mobile, internet, social media, search engines like Google, and other channels, basically to reach customers. So marketing in general is telling people what you offer and how it will make their life better if they buy it. So that's how you need to think when you are doing any marketing strategy, or where you're trying to do any campaign, or even if it's digital marketing or offline marketing, doesn't matter. Like, it's just basically telling people, this is my offer. So you put your business in a very different perspective to all your competitors. So you have to know very well your offer, and then what value are you going to add? How is gonna change the life for better of your client when they buy it. So an important concept to follow the class basically would be, when we speak about conversion or purchase, is any action that is on your website that is more valuable than someone just visit your site and leaving without doing anything. So basically, in my case, for me, conversion, it will be purchase, because I'm an e-commerce. But if, for example, if you are a coach and you just want people to subscribe, to get the email, and then you can have the first call, and you know how the coach do like 50-minute free call or whatever. So if you just want the number, or you just want the email, that for you will be a conversion, because you didn't actually want the purchase, because normally coach are very expensive, the courses. So you know that it's very weird that someone is going to go to your website and say, okay, I'm going to spend $4,000 someone that I don't even know. You normally had to work a little bit more with the person first. So that's why they do the first 15-minute call for free, and then they will email you. They will have a little bit more contact. It's more relationship in that. So that for you will be a conversion. So that's what I call a conversion instead. It's called conversion instead of purchase, because it will have different, depending on your goal and your type of business, it will be different. Then it's call to action. This we're gonna use it a lot in when we are building the campaign. This is basically us as a marketer telling the audience what they need to do next. So that's the call to action. So call to action, it will be shop now. So I'm telling people shop now. Or call to action, it can be sign up. So I'm telling people that this is a course or this is a webinar, sign up now. So, or learn more. When you have all these call to action are gonna be different depending as well on your outcome. So it has to be in every, I would highly recommend to put a call to action in all your social media posts. Like if you have a business like e-commerce like me, I put a recipe, and then at the end of the recipe, so I add the value, and at the end of the post, I will say, Magic, your recipe will look much better in my. I sell like coconut balls is one of my products. So I would say your recipe will look much more beautiful in our balls. Buy now, and I will put the link of the website. So that kind of thing, you put it like this is a call to action. I will put it in normal posts, social media posts, for sure in every marketing campaign that you do. Then you should put call to action in emails when you do email marketing as well. So depending on the action that you want the people to take, always add them. Because the truth is that people do like what you tell them to do. And I test that with recipes. I test that, say, in one post, because the algorithm of Instagram, one of the best thing that it works is when people actually save your post. So for that is better than likes or the comment, right? So I try with recipes saying, save now for later. And people, maybe I have 22 people saving the recipe. And then I don't say anything in the next recipe, and maybe one people save it. So people actually do what you tell them to do, basically. And I test it. You can try, but I promise it works. And then this is another concept. It will be initial checkout, which is basically someone initial checkout but didn't purchase in your website. So they have initiated, like they went to your website. In my case, I like this product, the other two cart, and then they start initiating checkout. But at the end, it can be that something happened in their life or whatever, like they just got distracted or they changed their mind and they didn't purchase. Then is add to cart. That is basically when you literally say add to cart and they add to cart, but then didn't check out. So they didn't get to the bottom checkout. And same reason, they can be that they change their mind, or that shipping cost is too expensive, or or it can be that they just got distracted, right? View content is somebody view your website or product page, and once they view it, they are gone. So that would be just view content. Add payment info is basically someone has take one step further to check out initiate, which is they already put the credit card info, and at the end of the day, they do the same. They put the credit card, they put everything, and then something happened that they didn't finish the purchase. Top visitor by time spent. This will be visitors that we are gonna use in our ads, depending on the time that they spend on our website. Which a visitor that spend more time in our website is better, definitely, because it means that you've been reading around, you've been looking, you've maybe checking reviews, having a look in the photo, thinking about it. So we are gonna have always trying to find people that basically spend a lot of time in your website. That would be the best. Pixel, this is an amazing part of Facebook that learns from everybody. that engage with your ad, basically. So it's like a database. So if Facebook start memorizing everyone that has interacted with your Facebook, with your Instagram page, with your website. So if this is key and very, very important in order to have a successful Facebook ads, because more data the pixel have, more basically more information is going to have the pixel about who is your audience. So it's going to show more to the right people, because you want to show your ads to the people that that are interested, are your niche, right? Interested to buy your product. Stop deep for. Oh, what is that? 1 second. Everyone needs to be removed. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So yeah, that's basically our goal with any ads. Like we need to create, find a way to have the pixel with a lot of data. Like this, or Facebook ads are gonna be much more profitable. Here is some type of digital marketing campaigns. So the question, why would a business choose to do digital marketing? So the benefit not always is going to mean revenue or profit. Benefit means having a positive result on the target you have previously set on your campaign, which is the main idea is, please, before you do any campaign, know your outcome, know what you actually want from that campaign. A lot of people fail in digital marketing or the campaigns in general because they don't actually know what they were looking for. Maybe they do a giveaway, and I'm like, okay, what is actually your goal? What do you want from the giveaway? And they are like, maybe I just want follower. Okay, and why do you want the follower? I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have more purchase. Okay, so that's, you cannot be like, maybe you need to see which one is your goal. Okay, my goal is to have more follower, and then you find a way to get more follower. But don't just do things because everyone is doing them, because that's not the way. You need to always know what is your outcome. And after you know your outcome, you will find like the how to do it. But always first know your outcome. So these one are different type of marketing campaign, depending on what you actually want, right? If you want branding because you want brand awareness, your brand is quite new, or brand reputation, or you are launching a new product, and all this is gonna be different marketing campaign, completely different than if you want conversion. So if you want direct sell or form, or conversion can be as well form fill up or lead generation, or a campaign, for example, that you want feedback, you want review. So these are going to be very different. That's what is important to know your outcome. What do you want? You want branding, you want conversion, you want feedback, and there is many more types. So depending on what you want, yes, you can do, you can go from that. No, first you get the campaign and then you figure it out what you want. It's the other way around. So I'm going to put 3 examples so you understand the completely different of how different are they, the branding and the conversion and the feedback campaign in this case. So this one is branding.
Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm going to just give you some actions to do. I just do the first thing that comes to mind. Show me what it looks like to run like a girl.
Looks like hair.
Show me what it looks like to fight like a girl. Now throw like a girl.
Aw. My name is Dakota, and I'm 10 years old.
Show me what it looks like to run like a girl. Throw like a girl. Fight like a girl. What does it mean to you when I say run like a girl?
It means run fast as you can.
So do you think you just insulted your sister?
No. I mean, yeah, insulted girls, but not my sister.
Is like a girl a good thing?
Actually, I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. It sounds like a bad thing. It sounds like you're trying to humiliate someone.
So when they're in that vulnerable time between 10 and 12, how do you think it affects them when somebody uses like a girl as an insult?
I think it definitely drops their self-confidence and really puts them down because during that time, they're already trying to figure themselves out. And when somebody says you hit like a girl, it's like, well, what does that mean? Because they think they're a strong person. It's kind of like telling them that they're weak and they're not as good as them.
And what advice do you have to young girls who are told they run like a girl, kick like a girl, hit like a girl, swing like a girl?
Keep doing it because it's working. If somebody else says that running like a girl or kicking like a girl or shooting like a girl is something that you shouldn't be doing, that's their problem. Because if you're still scoring and you're still getting to the ball on time and you're still being first, if you're doing it right, it doesn't matter what they say. I mean, yes, I kick like a girl and I swim like a girl and I walk like a girl and I wake up in the morning like a girl because I am a girl. And that is not something that I should be ashamed of. So I'm going to do it anyway. That's what they should do.
If I asked you to run like a girl now, would you do it differently?
I would run like myself.
Would you like a chance to redo it?
Yeah.
Why can't run like a girl also mean win the race?
Yes, so as you can see, this campaign is all about branding, all about emotion. Like they don't speak about the product at all, but it's just connecting in the emotional way with all female, right? With all girls. So it's connecting with us literally. So this is branding, definitely. This is a conversion campaign.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Action! 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 Sensei, you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I have that virus that's going around.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you better stay back. This one's a doozy.
That's okay, I'll be fine.
No, do not be a hero. Last year, there were 114,000 known viruses for PCs.
PCs, not Macs. So just grab this.
I think I got a crash.
Hey, if you feel like that'll help, good.
So yeah, this clearly is a conversion. And this is one from like feedback campaign of Starbucks. So yeah, all the one that it say like give us feedback, give us review, and even campaign that they say if you give us review, we'll give you tea for free, because people do review for three things, or if a bad thing because they are very disappointed, so they will give you bad review. Or the second case, it will be that you give them something in exchange, or they can win something. Or the third one would be that they are amazed with the product, with the service, and they just highly recommend it because of that. So many companies, what they do feedback campaigns. So after this, if there is any question, just please let it in the chat. Otherwise, I will continue. We're gonna start setting up like a pro. So the first thing we need to know is that more than 2.2 billion people are in Facebook every month, and 1.45 billion of them log in every day, which is crazy. Which is means that Facebook and of Instagram, because Facebook owns Instagram too. So it's a database where many of our customers are. They are spending time there, so we need to find a way to find them, right? So to bring them to our funnel, to bring them to our websites. See, the key to success, and is the first thing that that as well many people felt because they don't even think about it, is think about your customer. You need to know really, really well your avatar. Avatar is the term that in marketing they call the ideal customer. So it's the same. Avatar or ideal customer means the same. So you need to think really well, who are they, what job. I put here some questions so you can do the exercise and find the answers yourself. So who are they, what job do they work, are they women, are they men, how old are they, is young, old, retired, the income as well is really important, is low income, high income, medium, what are they hobby, where they go out, what interests do they have, which brand do they like, what do they love, as well think about what do they hate, because that's the pain point of your avatar. So what you can do is always give them the solution of what they hate. So when you know what they hate or what are the problems they are facing, the problems that they have, you can come with to them with a good solution. And then we kind of what kind of branding will they respond the most. So all this question is, of course, many of you will say, I'm starting now, I don't know, or but it's just about testing and practicing. Of course, your ideal customer, when you are starting, it can be one in your head, and then when you start like selling your product, maybe the ideal client is completely different. But you just need to figure it out, and as close as more close you get to to know your avatar, more chances you're gonna have to basically sell more and find them easily. So that's what is very important. So I'm gonna show you a tool that I use. Is completely free. It's by Facebook, called Audience Insight. I have it here. So yeah, it's very, very simple. Just putting in Google Facebook ads Audience Insight, and it's gonna show you, once you have done that, the exercise that I just show you with all the questions. So you can start putting here, for example, which country are you selling? So I'm selling in Australia. The age, so I have put on my ideal. Let's say my ideal is 24 to 65 plus, or maybe 34 to 65 plus. They are women, and then we're gonna put here yoga, for example. The interest is yoga. I recommend you to try one by one the interest, like, and then you take like a paper and you start writing down. So here you're gonna get basically demographic, then the page that they like. This is basically what you need to start working with. These one are basically the page that they are more likely to like. These one are the audience that I'm gonna try, because the terra essential oil, okay, if they like yoga, they like the terra essential oil, so maybe that's another audience that I will try. So yeah, depending, you have here. So what I do, I write down coconut oil for furniture. Okay, now I'm gonna check. I write down some of them here. Oh, Thermomix in Australia. Here I'm gonna try now vegan, for example. Vegan, that it could be other of my. Some of them you're gonna see that is again, so that's a good sign. It means that the audience, your niche, basically, when they share the page one another, when you try different interests, it means that it will definitely work. So so yeah, I will make a list and then try different things. Nourish life. Okay, so you had different ideas and then you can try. So the idea is that at least you get 5 to 10 audience to start testing. So Temper Western, Freedom Australia, doTERRA oils, whatever you select from here, Of course, you put the interest that it matches your business, but when you have your list of 5 to 10 interests, so it's when you already know which audience can you start. Of course, not all of them are gonna work, but that's part of the testing. So we need to find the cold audience. This is all gonna be cold audience. They don't know us at all. That's what is called cold. So basically these audiences, they don't know us. So what we need to test if that they like our product or not. So maybe some of them, I don't know, yoga will work amazing, and then template website will work super good. And then when we try hard to find, it doesn't work, but it's just a part of the testing. That's why we try with 5 to 10. Here is an example of how I will do my avatar. So yeah, woman, this is the age, then what do they love? Love traveling, love yoga, nutrition, fitness, be healthy, Instagram, social media, and care about the planet. The level of income will be my upper class, I would say, middle upper class, and then where she likes and she shop from. So all these stores, for me, it will be to test. That will be my 5 to 10 audience to test, for example, because I know that they probably like yoga, they probably like Lululemon because it's a popular brand here in Australia. They maybe like to read the Women's Health magazine because they care a lot about the health. So they care as well about sustainability. So they will buy in these through online eco stores, ethical consuming. So you just need to have a look and do a lot of research. Spend time on here. I would recommend you spend time before you spend money. Spend time knowing your avatar and actually finding 5 to 10 audience that you see that they could really work. And the audience, it can be brands, interest, can be hobbies, it can be many different things. Then once we have the audience, what we need to create is the perfect video. I will highly recommend videos. Test everything. We are gonna do today a carousel, a slideshow, and I have a little video. But test everything when you do your ads, photo, carousel, slideshow, test everything. But what it works always better for me, it's videos. So to do videos, the things that you need is always to have an amazing hook that is to get people attention, basically, and then follow with a call to action, buy now, or limited units as well. Yeah, and then I will put some scarcity, like irresistible offers. So I now swipe now for 50% only today, or something like that in the video. Make it very visible. You don't even need honestly, you don't need more than a phone to do it. You don't need like a camera or anything. If you don't have a camera, don't invest in that at the beginning. With a phone, it's completely fine. If you have an iPhone, I do a lot of videos with iPhone and the ads work amazing. So it's just later to use some programs or something if you need to edit the video, which I can share with you what I use. Is all free. Otherwise, just sometimes just with the video will work. Like you don't even need to edit it. So yeah, with video, 100%. Don't worry about super professional at the beginning, because I think that with the if you put the nice setup, it will look beautiful. And with photos, how to take beautiful photos, I will say, one, hire a photographer, local friend, use Upwork or Fiverr if you want to, if you have a product and you can send it to someone in other country to get cheaper prices, you can use this platform. But if you are confident with your photography skills, do it yourself. I do all my photo myself, and I do it with the phone. I have a camera and I don't use anymore because the camera, I don't understand all the settings that it has. So at the end of the day, the photos are worse than with the iPhone. I have the new iPhone and it's just amazing the photo that it does. So all the photos that I have is with my iPhone. What I do is I take the photo with the iPhone, then I edit with Lightroom, which is free. Then I use Visco. That one I had to pay, I think that is $39 per year or something like that. It's very cheap and I use it every day. So I highly recommend that one. This is more for filters kind of thing, like if you want to put in more vintage style or depending what you want. So this is just if you need it, and then Photoshop if you need it as well. And you can use Canvas. I forgot to put this one. Canvas is unbelievable for everything. Now you can remove the background. So if you want just the product without the background, you can do with Canvas super easy. You can do like a creative with animation. You can put so many things. You can use design. So 100% recommend Canvas. And then how to write a successful ad. This is as well a very important part of the ad. One is the visual part, which is the video or the photos that we put. That has to be good quality, of course. And then the other part would be the actually what you say, right? The script. So the first thing, they describe a little bit of what is the sale, like something like that is a bit catchy. So store-wide sale or seasonal, like winter sale, summer clearance sale, flash sale. That one is used a lot and it works. Or Boxing Day sale, Christmas sale, whatever it is, just say like kind of at the beginning, so it catches the attention. Everyone loves sales. So every time is the word sales is gonna catch the attention. So then you will put the details of the product and the business. So in this case, like the best coconut wood, premium coconut wood, bestseller, high quality you can use as well, durable, world's #1. So try to use like very nice and strong words in here that it's gonna make your business, like it's gonna make people want to know more about your business and your product, and they're gonna see straight away like good brand, because that's the main thing. You are building like a successful brand. That's what you need to think. So so when you are describing your product, don't go like, it's just a ball or whatever. Just make it like it's the best thing that you can ever buy. And then additional value, like if you are putting up to 50% off or buy one, get another for free or free shipping, put what else are they getting apart from the product, with what deal. And then another thing that is very important to add is the scarcity. So it will be this is to create a little bit of rush, urgency, in order to don't leave it for later to purchase. So just now, limited units only, while it's still available, while it's still lasts, this week only, like this is a scarcity. So people actually buy now and don't just leave it for later, that maybe later they forget. And the last thing will be the call to action, which it will be in my case buy now, plus the link of the website. The call to action can be many others, as I said before. So it can be sign up, learn more. If you are selling a product, I would never recommend you to put learn more, because it's just no point. So go strong, go to buy now. But if you, for example, have ebook or something like that, maybe you can put like subscribe now or download now. I think is one of the options that is as a call to action, download now, if you have an ebook. So yeah, just depending on what you want, find the correct call to action. But normally learn more is quite quick, quite yeah, I don't recommend learn more. These one are the best emojis. So what for all my testing, this is what it works best. So depending on what is your main goal with the campaign, for sell events, I normally use, so this one here, and they actually works pretty well, especially like the first one and the last one, I would say. Then if something is a sell very in short in time, I will put these two, especially the first one. For Susie, as a bullet point in the ad copy, I will put these ones. Then if your target is female like mine, all the women's love these two emoji, the heart and the hands. And then after a call to action, and when you are gonna put the link, you can use one of these ones too. The emojis are super important in the ad copy and the script. I really noticed it. I tried both, and it definitely make a difference. So I highly recommend you to put them. If you don't like this emoji, it's fine. Try your own one. But this one are the one that so far has worked for me best. And of course, I put like related with my product, which is a coconut, or I put the palm tree, but that's more like a personal for the brand. But these one are more like general, that I think that it can work for every type of business. So to create a successful ad, first, after we basically have done all this job, so I'm putting in order. So once you have done all this, you have the script. I would highly recommend you to do at least three different scripts. So we can test, because you never know which one is going to work. So I will show you later, but I always try at least 3. So once you have done this, we can check what are all competitors doing. So for that, we have a free tool, which is so good, that is called Facebook Ad Library tool. I'm going to show you now as well. And it's basically going to show us the ads that all competitors are running. And we can see, okay, how we can make it better. That's basically the whole idea of seeing what are they doing in order to make it better. So I'm going to show you. This is the, so it's same, you go to Google, Facebook Ads Library, and then in here you tap the brand. So in this case, I put mine. So these are the ads that I'm running at the moment now. So you can see, so if you are my competitor, you can see everything. What is my script? What am I putting here? What are the video, photos? Oh no, this is a carousel. This is another video. You can see everything, and if you click, it works. Like you will see the actual ad. So this one I started today, for example, this one that I'm doing for Mother's Day. So it's really, really good in order to see if your competitors are doing ads, it means that they are making money. So, and especially if your competitors are very strong and successful. So that's where you need to get ideas from. Don't copy or anything like that, just only with the idea to make it always better. That's what I would highly recommend you to do. And if you have many competitors, check all of them and then see what they have in common, what do you like more, and start testing. So it can give you a lot of ideas. Here you put every single business that is running an ad on Facebook, you will be able to see it in this platform. So the first thing to create an ad is actually to create the business manager account in Facebook. This is different from the Facebook business page. A lot of people, I know, because I've been teaching this for a while, and a lot of my students has the confusion. A lot of people has the business page in Facebook and they run ads from there, so they cannot run the same ads from Instagram. At the end, it's all messed up, and they believe that this is how you do the ads, but this is not. You have to do it from business Facebook. That's how all the marketers do the ads, because like from there you can actually one ad send them to Facebook, one ad send them to Instagram, and you can actually control all your numbers, control everything much more. So please don't do any ad from your Instagram account or from your Facebook business page, because that is never profitable. I have never met anyone that told me I've been making money just with doing through here, because it's very general. They don't actually go through very specific things, so it's very difficult. So yeah, you go to this link, and what you need to have your, of course, your Facebook personal account, your Facebook business page, and then you can create the Facebook business account to do the ads. Once you create that, you set up your account on the pixel. This is so important to create the pixel. I'm not going to explain it because otherwise we will waste a lot of time, but there is thousands of millions of videos online that you can find that is very easy, and Facebook explain step to step depending on what you're using. I use Shopify, but if you're using Workshop or Wix or whatever you're using, it will explain you the steps of how to install the pixel and how to verify the website domain as well. This is something that they have added very recently. So we all have to verify the website domain. And then I would highly recommend you to enable maximum data sharing on Shopify. I have it on Shopify. So the option is, I imagine in every platform will be the same, but inside of Shopify, when it's the Facebook, when I link Facebook with Shopify, basically what this means is how much information of your store do you want to share to Facebook. In my case, I put the maximum because I want Facebook to be able to know a lot of information about my clients. Like this, they can find me more clients. So there is three options. One is low data, other one is medium data, and the other medium sharing, and the other one is maximum. So if you put the low one, it means that your website is not going to share information or not much information at all with Facebook, which is going to make it harder for Facebook ad to perform better. So this is something very new as well from this year. So highly percent recommend you put the maximum. I think that by law, we have to put it in our website, like where you have all the, how it's called, I forgot the name now. Basically all the legal stuff that you need to put in your website. So you just add this. You add in our website, we share maximum data with Facebook. That's how I put it. Like this. I mean, I think no one ever read that. It's like the privacy term, I think it's called. So yeah, but I had to put it there just in case, because we are sharing our customer information with Facebook. So we need to let our customer know in that way. I think every brand is doing that now, because otherwise Facebook is not going to know really well your audience. So the goal for a successful Facebook ad, the first thing that we need is data. As I say, we need to feed this pixel. So we need to start the ads in order to get a lot of data. The second thing, it will be to find 5 to 10 cold interest to test. That is basically the audience that we've been talking about. And then we will move to lookalike audience. Lookalike audience are basically the audience that are similar. So Facebook is going to find people that are similar to the audience that already engaged with us. So it's like they look like our audience. And these ones are really, really powerful, because once Facebook starts learning a lot about your ideal avatar, your ideal customer, it's gonna be like it's gonna be much more easy to find them lookalike audience. So they are gonna be like, okay, this is your avatar. We are gonna find people with the same type of interest that they click like to the same kind of post. You know, Facebook have a lot of that. It's crazy. So they know everything about us. So that's why the reason that I want to share all the data, because if you share all the data about your clients, the lookalike audience are gonna be much more like your client. So it means that your ads are gonna perform better. They are gonna convert easily. And then once we have the good ads, we're gonna scale them. So we are gonna basically make more money with the ads that are working, and then we are going to turn off the ones that are not working. So this is all about testing, and definitely are going to be ads that they are going to work really well, and there are going to be other ones that are going to be like, no, this is not working. So if it's not working, we're going to turn it off. I'm going to show you as well how to know which one works and which one are not making money. And yeah, from that I will show you in practical. So then the next thing, once we have our business account set up, we are going to customize our columns in the Facebook, which I'm going to show you very quick how, and then you can go one by one with this. If you want to take a photo to this now, do it, because it's going to be useful for you. Which this means is basically all the information that we want to see in order to analyze or ad or campaign, to see if our campaign is performing well or not, how much money have we spent, how many people have done a checkout initiated, how many purchases, how much it costs per purchase, the ROAS, which is basically the return on ad spent. So how much money we are getting back from the money that we spend. So if we give $1 to Facebook, how much money Facebook is giving us back? I imagine Facebook as a like kind of I don't know, like a cash machine. So you put money, and then you need to, with the ads, what you want is to get, if I put $1, I want to get $2 or $3, right? So that's the way that I think with Facebook. So that's why you need to know very well your numbers, and I'm going to show you how to control your numbers. So for this, I'm going to show you what it is in the actual so this is how it looks, the Facebook business account from the ads manager. So this is another thing I highly recommend you trying to open as many accounts as Facebook allow you to have. Look how many I have, because even if you don't use, I just use this for trial, for test, for showing you this. But like Facebook normally is very sensitive. I don't know exactly the reason, but it's very normal that Facebook at some point is gonna cancel your account, or maybe block your account, or saying that you are doing something wrong, even if you're not. So if you put maybe a word that they don't like it in one of your ads, and they cancel your account. I have heard this so many times. Like it happened to me, actually. It happened to me, I can't remember when. I think it was for Valentine's Day or something like that, that Facebook cancel like I woke up and my account was canceled, and I couldn't understand why. And they just say, it's under review, in 24 hours you would get an answer. And it was it was a few days before Valentine's Day, which is a very good timing for me. So what it saved me is that I have many other accounts, so I managed to do ads from other accounts while they were they were reviewing my other account, that at the end they say, I apologize, it was a mistake. It's a mistake, but it can take a few hours, a few days, I don't know. So highly recommend you have a backpack, cover your back, and have a few accounts. So that's how it will look. When you open it, won't be nothing here. This is just an example that I did. Here is where we are gonna do our column. So what you have to do, basically is to create a custom column. I create mine already, which is in here. So we can click, and this is what it changed. Because this is what I want to see when I'm having a look my ads, and I need to understand if my ad is working, if my ad is performing well, what is not working. Because I could have a lot of purchases but not making money because these purchases, the cost per purchase is very high, and maybe the ROAS as well it's high as well, so is low, so it won't make money. I won't be making money here, I won't making money here, even if I have purchased. So you need to understand your numbers. So that's why we create our own column. Normally it's gonna be the default one, which is this, but it's nothing here. Here we cannot see any information, which is gonna help us understand if we're performing well or not. That's why we create our own one. So basically what we do, we customize, we click here, customize column. And here, one by one, with the ones that I put in here, with all these ones, basically campaign name, budget, reach, all this, what we are gonna do is look from them in here. I already have them, but purchase is here. All of them. So when you open this, first you want to delete all of them that they are going to be here, and then you follow the list that I just gave you, and then you can just put save, and you can name it as something that you remember that you did your own list. So basically you are going to have control of the of this bar, basically this column. It's going to be all this information that we need to know. Okay, I'm gonna explain you the steps, and then we are gonna actually do it, because otherwise I know that is so confusing at the beginning, especially if you're not familiar with Facebook ads. So so yeah, I'm gonna explain it so you get an idea of what we are doing, and then you actually see it in practical. We are gonna do it together so you can actually learn. So if this is the first thing, if this is your first campaign, maybe the best option for you will be to create an engagement campaign, which is not conversion, is engagement purpose, is engagement as a goal, because engagement are much cheaper, and then it will give you this social proof of people giving likes and comment and sharing. Whatever is your ad. So it will give you a little bit of social proof in order when we do our conversion campaign to make it work. However, if you can, the best thing will be if you can do engagement campaign and at the same time do the conversion. So if you can do both together, that's amazing. But for that, you need a budget. So depending on which one is your budget, you can start, okay, I just start with engagement for 2 to 3 days, no more. And then you go to conversion campaign. Or if you have the budget, you can do both together. So that would be the first thing I'm going to show you later. And then the concept is for you to understand that $10 per day per ad set would mean $10 per day per audience. So, and we're going to start testing 5 to 7 different audiences with different interests with the list that we did before. That's the idea. Same, if you don't have the budget, okay, try 3. But with 30, that it will be $30 per day. It's really depends on how fast do you want to build the data and grow, and of course on the budget that you have. That my recommendation is never try, because I have seen this many times and this is just not gonna work. Many people try to put a lot of audiences and then they want to put $10 in the whole campaign. That's not gonna work, because 5 to 7 or 10 audiences, which is a lot of people, with $10 per day for all these people, Facebook is not gonna do anything. So at the end, you are spending $10 and your ad is just not going to perform. It's not going to give you result. So don't try to be cheap in that way, because it's not going to work. So better to have to know and to have the idea that, okay, I need $10 per audience. How many audience can I test? 3. Okay, so I have $30 for 3 audience. And then if I have $50 per day, okay, so I have 5 audiences. So always thinking that way, it would definitely work much better. And then after, so the campaign is, first we have the campaign, then we have, which in this case, it can be engagement campaign. Then we have the audience, which it will be 5 to 7 different audience. So one would be, for example, sustainability, yoga, Lululemon. We can do one of the Biome store. I don't know, another one, it could be vegan recipe, people that are interested on vegan recipe. That could be 5 audiences. And then the last thing that we will have in the campaign, so there are 3 parts, it will be the ads, which is the creative part, the video, the photo, the carousel, depending on what you have, with the caption, with the script, basically. So with that, for the last step, so the ads, we want as well to test 3 different ones. That will be ideal, because even if you think, oh my God, this video is so good, and it happened to me before, I had done a video that I thought that it was amazing and didn't perform. So if I have one option here and people don't like it, doesn't perform well because just people don't like it, you never know what people are gonna like. So if you don't have more option here to test all this, even if you have done right, it's not gonna work. So you're gonna at the end lose money. While if you have here more options, 3 to 5, for example, option, if one doesn't perform because people don't like it, the other ones can perform. And if you have different products, you can try here different products too. So you can actually see which product perform, like people like more, which product people purchase more. So always have the idea, have in your mind that marketing is about test. It's about testing. So don't get short in options. Always put here a lot of options, so something is gonna work. That's the whole thing. That's the whole idea. So once we have enough data, we can create a lookalike audience, and we can do the conversion campaigns, which is the one that is gonna actually give us the purchase. Because engagement, they're gonna give you like, shares, and comments. They are not gonna give you conversion. Very, very weird. Maybe it happened to me that one time it had given me 1 conversion, 1 purchase, but it's very strange. It's not normal, definitely not, because that's not the goal of the campaign. So yeah, our goal is gonna start making lookalike audience as soon as possible. So yeah, as soon as we have the enough data to do it. Our first lookalike audience will be for 95% video view, which means the 95, so people that have watched 95% of our video. So if we have a video ad, we are gonna create a lookalike audience. So audience that look alike the people that have watched 95% of our video. Because if someone has watched 95% of the video, it means that they are interested, they like it. Otherwise, within 2 seconds, they are gone off the ad. So this is why this is very good lookalike audience to do. The next lookalike audience that we are going to try will be the top 5%, top 10%, and the top 25% of visitor in the website. So it was saying by time is spent. So this means people that have spent time on your website. So we are going to find lookalike. So we are going to find people that look like the people that have spent time on your website, if that makes sense. And these lookalike audiences always are going to be running with conversion goal to get actually conversion. To create lookalike audience, we need at least 100 actions in the same country. Which video view, it's quite easy. That's why it will be the first lookalike audience that we will create, because once you launch an ad, it's very easy to get 100 views. That's why we will be allowed. While, for example, to have 100 purchases, it will take a little bit longer. So yeah, then later on, of course, we will create lookalike audience of 100 purchase or different things in your website, but that will take longer, especially if you're starting, because it means that 100 people has to buy basically before you can create it. The most profitable lookalike audiences are definitely the purchase one, because it will basically look the 1% population that look like the people that have already purchased from your website. So these are the percentage that I recommend you, and I'm going to show you as well in the audience how to do it. So 1%, 1 to 2%, and 2 to 5% are the ones that work best for me, this percentage, which means the percentage of the population that look like people that have done the different actions: initial checkout, add to cart, add payment info, or the purchase. And as well, another profitable lookalike audience, it will be the top 5, 10, and 25% of people that have visited your website, or website order value as well. The best country to do Facebook ads are the States. That's for sure the number one. Just the population is huge, and Americans love to buy online. So that's the number one. Then Canada is really good too. England and Australia, of course, depend on if you have the logistic to sell overseas or no, if it's just Australia. But we are lucky that we can say that Australia is one of the 4 best countries in the world to sell online. So this is amazing. And then the other one, that if you're in Australia, for example, like me, I always put New Zealand too. It's a small country, but that's why it's not one of the best in the list. But by being in Australia, it's very easy to send products to New Zealand. So I always target New Zealand. And the best time for the audience that we are going to check is going to be the last 7 days, the last 14 days, the last 30 days, and the last 60 days. So keep this in mind as well, because sometimes when you try to test audiences that have imagine someone that visited your website 1 year ago, they are not going to remember probably, so it's not really point. You can try, of course, test everything, but I found that when I test audiences from very far away, it doesn't perform well, because they just probably don't remember my my brand. So while someone that have done seen my Instagram profile or my website or whatever 7 days ago, they remember, so they are much more likely to buy. So, okay, let's create our first campaign. Let's put all this into practice, because I know that is a lot. Okay, so the first thing, we are going to click in create. And here is when you need to decide what do you actually want to do. So if it's a conversion, if an engagement, in my case, I will definitely do conversion, not engagement. If it's the steps are the same once you are inside, but if it's the first time that you have ever done it, do the engagement, which is here. Or run engagement and conversion together. That's the best thing. So for example, conversion, that would be the thing that I would do. And I will name it maybe cookies, conversion. So I know that I'm doing conversion. And then for example, we're gonna do today Mother's Day. I already did this morning, so I'm gonna show you basically exactly what I did. So for this, if you are doing engagement, I won't put campaign budget optimization, don't put anything here. just put the $10 per ad set. Basically, later when in here in the ad set, it will ask you say $10 per ad set. But here, because it's different, even if it's like here as well with conversion, I test both. Sometimes conversion, like campaign budget optimization, which means you put here the total budget, which if we are gonna do 3 audiences, I put $30, so it's $10 for each. Or you can do basically to put the $10 in the ad set itself. You can test both ways. Sometimes this work. Normally, Facebook encourage you to do campaign budget optimization because the goal is to use this tool that is basically Facebook isn't smart enough to know how to divide the $30 to make you more money. But yeah, I recommend you to test both just in case. So here, for example, adds a name. We can put here Lululemon just as an example. Okay, so here you will put your pixel. We will do here purchase. Never use this account, so let's see if it works. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so now it's telling me this is the potential reach. Here you can put schedule the time. If you don't have the urgency, I would highly recommend you to put the ad to start or either midnight if you are doing a few countries, or if you are doing just Australia, you can put to start at 4 a.m. because at this time, I found testing as well that this time works really well. I believe that is because not many people had their ads at this time. So what Facebook that is like give you like a push. So your ad start stronger, start like performing better. So I do this just when I don't have any urgency, like to start the ad right now. I put 12 if I'm doing the ad for a few countries, 4 a.m. if I'm doing just in Australia. All right, so we have Australia. And now if you don't have any idea about what is your, like the gender, your avatar, the gender, the age, or if you don't know anything, okay, leave it all, and then we will check. I'm gonna show you how to check which one is actually like engaging or performing, which age and which gender. But in my case, I already know, I tested a lot, so it would be from 24 to 65 plus. And then my gender is a woman. This one, we are gonna always remove this because when Facebook put this in our ad, is basically gonna make it really hard for us to know which interest is performing well, because they are just gonna send the ad to people that we don't like, that it can be in different interests. So at the end of the day, we are not gonna be able to know, okay, this interest work really well, or it's because we put this. So that's why I don't recommend you to put this and even more at the beginning. So here is when you put, for example, Lululemon, when you put the interest. All right. So here we need to be super, super careful because the first one is employees, which means people that works for Lululemon, which the size of the population is very, the size is 20,000. So it's very small. So no, we need to find this one, interest. So this one is basically. And this is the potential reach, which is quite good. I forgot to say, here are the countries. So if you want to add more countries, you can just put it here. Put always people living in this location, especially now, because otherwise it could be people that was in Australia 2 years ago or something. And they are not in Australia anymore, so you're not going to be able to send the product. So that's no point. You need to find people like that live in Australia, in my case. And then in here, I know a lot of marketers, they put here like 20 interest, like a massively interest. I would never recommend you that because, okay, maybe you can have some sales, but you're never gonna know your avatar. You're never gonna know which audience is actually working. If it's because if they're Lululemon, because if this interest works really well, I'm gonna know, like, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's take this to the next level, let's scale. While if I have so many of them in the same basket, I'm never gonna know which one is actually working, which one is not. So it's very difficult in order to scale. When we get to the placement, I highly recommend you to do manual. They say recommend the automatic. For me, never work. You can try both, but I found automatic just waste my money because I know where they perform, where they why I cannot do that, where they ad perform best, and it's gonna be Facebook ads new feed, then Instagram feed, then Facebook ad video feed works sometime too. Instagram Explore you can try. Sometimes for me, like majority of the time for me, doesn't work, so I remove it. And then Instagram stories. You can put if you want face story and test. Later you are able to see actually where is performing. That's why I know that the rest of the things, they just don't work. So which means that if you leave them all on, Facebook is gonna spend your money in here, and from here I had never had any purchase, and I spent thousands of dollars in ads and never got any purchase from these places. So what for I'm gonna keep doing? I'm gonna keep spending my money here, even if it's not much. I don't want to. So that's why I recommend you to put what, basically know where your audience is. When you know your audience, you know where they go, where they like to be. And in is when you're gonna be able to select in here, okay, I know that my audience is gonna be on Instagram feed, Facebook feed, and Instagram stories. That's it. And here we leave a conversion, that's what we want. And the attribution setting 7 days after clicking or 1 day after viewing. This is all ready. Awesome, yeah. So we click next. So here, make sure that you put your Instagram account, and we need to put a name to or ad. So for example, in this case, I'm gonna put a Mother's Day. It's kind of animation video. You need to put a name that you remember which creative was this one. Like this, when you are checking the performance, you are like, oh, okay, I remember the animation, I remember that photo, I remember that carousel. So you know what they are. So basically it's gonna help you in order to, it's gonna help you a lot in order to know what is working. And then you can create more similar stuff of what already work. Awesome. So we are gonna put, in this case, single image. Awesome. Awesome. This is what I create for Mother's Day candles. So this is gonna be the animation. I have done this with Canvas. So it's just one photo, very simple, and then some animation things from Canvas. Make sure that they look well in all of them. I just saw that in Instagram doesn't work, so I'm gonna select a placement to edit. Instagram stores, Instagram story, they work well here. Awesome. It seems that it's just here. So You can select placement to edit, go to Instagram feed, and then you can just here. Basically adjust the size. And then you just put the size that it works. And if it doesn't work for one, it's still okay. Oh, now it works. Awesome. Here is where we're gonna put our basically our tests. So in this case, I have this one here already saved. Let's see if it works. You can test a few. Oh, why is not working? Here. So you can test a few tests. So you just need the primary test. You can add options. So you can have a few. I always recommend you to have a few. And for example, for today, I have here candles. So I have another one here. And then you can put this one, for example, or a call to action like hurry up. Last units. Done. And then this is the call to action. In my case, always, always, always very important to do shop now. So we have all fairs are done. Let me see. I'm actually should leave it in, I'm gonna leave it in draft. Otherwise it can publish. And then what you have to do is to duplicate it. So we are gonna duplicate it at least twice. Okay, so we duplicate it twice in order to test different ads, as we say. So one is gonna be, for example, a carousel for me. Okay. So I click in here. It's a bit late, so I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but just to give you the idea. So you click in here and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the carousel. And then I go to the images to, for example, no, this is not a carousel. Can upload. So I have it here, I already created that. So that will be my carousel. I did a carousel very simple of 3 things, 3 images. So I will put it there and then I will try the same the same test that I try in the other one, because what you want to see is that which test works better, doesn't matter the creative, right? So you will do 3 different carousel. I don't know why is this one here, but yeah, 3 different carousel. And then you can create as well as slideshows, which is a kind of video that you can create in here is the option for you to do a slideshow. And that one performed really well. I highly recommend you to try. And then you say, okay, publish. So you have, and then you duplicate again. So you have 3 ads basically, and then you have 1 audience. When you have the 3 ads, that you can duplicate the audiences, which means that now you have Lululemon, for example, in my case, but if I duplicate the audience, it's gonna duplicate with already the ads. So I don't need to do it again, anything. It's really simple. You don't need to do this again. You see, I carried that. So you say Lululemon copy. So now what I need to copy, change here is to do, for example, here, meditation. So I'm gonna target now people that like to meditate. So yeah, the only change I have to do is remove this. Even you can get suggestions. They don't say meditation. No. Interest, yeah, that's the one that I want. So now I'm gonna target meditation. So you publish, and then you can duplicate it again because I'm gonna have 3, and you create another one. So at the end of the day, you have one campaign with $30, 3 ad set, which is meditation. This one can be Women's Health Magazine, for example. So I remove this one. Magazine. Okay, so we will have now our 3 ads. Of course, I'm not gonna publish them because they are not well done, but that's how basically you have to do your ad. So when you come here, you will have your ad here, and then at the beginning we'll say in review, but then they will, oh my God, it's a schedule. No, I'm gonna put it off, but otherwise it will put here in review. And then in this case, I put a schedule because I put it for 4 a.m. And now I will have to put my column again so I can control all my numbers. So I will be able to see how much I'm spending, how much view I'm getting, and all these things. So that's basically how you create an ad. And then if you want to see by like by age or by gender, you click in here and you can see, okay, people, it will show you here from 24 to 34, and then you will see 5 ads to cart, for example, and then it will say 65 plus, 5 purchases. Okay, so you know that your audience is older, is not that young, so you know already where to target, and in that way you can create the ad more thinking in an older audience than in a young audience. Same with the gender. Here you can see country, if you are targeting different country, which country will perform better, the platform, the device, even if they use iPhone, phone or computer, you can see everything. So yeah, that would be pretty much it in order to how to create a successful ad. So I don't know if there is any questions. Otherwise, just the last thing, it will be like how to optimize it. Basically, check it every day at the same time. And then look always the 3 to 4 days in the, like the last 3 or 4 days, including today. That's how you can actually understand how your numbers are. Don't turn off an ad that doesn't work in 24 hours, because that's very short time. Facebook and it needs 3 days in order to see if an ad is working or not. So be a little bit of patient. Yeah, have a little bit of patience, and then just set a time, and every day just check and see how they go. And then once you look the 3 or 4 days, like including today, the last 3 or 4 days, you're gonna turn off what is not profitable, and you're gonna scale what is already profitable and duplicate it. So very important thing in order to know how to optimize is going to be ROAS, purchase, cost per purchase, and the amount spent. That are the columns that we set up already, in our Facebook account, that you need to control. You need to know your numbers. So these are some rules that I give you to understand when to turn off an ad set. If the ROAS is below to the break-even ROAS, you have to turn off. If the cost per purchase is very high as well, and if more than $20 or $30 amount is spent with per ad set with 0 sales, I will tell you as well that's not working, so turn it off. This is how you calculate your numbers. So I put here an example. You just can take a photo as well, so you can do for your own product. So if your selling price is $69.95, and then you go here, how much do you pay for the product? So my product costs $16, and then the shipping is $10. So in total, it's basically $26. It will be the cost, and then my selling price $69.95. So how I can calculate the break-even point? So it will be basically the selling price minus the cost minus the shipping fee. And this is the break-even point. In this case, is $43.95 is the break-even. So in here, I'm not losing and I'm not winning. I'm break-even. Then the minimum ROAS, so the return per ad set, is going to be calculated with selling price divided by the break-even point. In this case, the minimum ROAS is 159, which means that less than 159, if in Facebook say this ad is 1, for example, is the ROAS, it means that you are losing money, so you have to turn it off, because definitely it's not, even if this is getting you purchases, with that purchases is costing you money. So that's not good. That's why you need to know your numbers. So what you are looking here is for a ROAS that is above 159. I will normally, if I have 159 as a ROAS, which is a very good ROAS, normally a ROAS, this is a very good product in this example. Normally a ROAS will be around 2. So if I had this, I will turn off anything that is below maybe 160, just to leave a little bit of margin. So about 160 means that you are making money. So even if in this case, in your ad campaign, your ROAS is 3, for example, that's amazing. You are very profitable. So you should scale the ad. And how you scale is basically duplicating or adding more. Remember how we put $10 per ad set? So $10 per audience. So what I will do, if I'm, in this case, I have a ROAS that is 3, so it means that is amazing. I will scale that particular one to, instead of be $10, to be 12. So little, like you just scale 20%. Don't go crazy when one ad is working, because not because you put more money it's gonna work better. You need to go very smooth and soft. So go slowly, like increment your budget 20%. And you can duplicate it as well. And there is different way to duplicate it. You can duplicate it for the same budget that you already have, or you can duplicate it and add the 20%. So you have already a few ads that are like the ad that is performing really well. You are doing a few basically. Which hoping that is going to perform better. And then the target cost per purchase, here you need to decide, okay, my margin, I want it to be 30%, 20%, depending on what it is. So you know that your maximum cost per purchase are these 2 numbers, for example, in this case. So anything that is about that, imagine that my ROAS is amazing, because ROAS is determined by the money that that person is spending on your website. So if that person is spending, I don't know, but like 10 products, the ROAS is going to be very high. But how likely is that that person buy 10 products? Maybe that person has like a party or something and needed, or it was Christmas, or have a lot of gift or whatever, and that's what he needed one time. You need 10 of your product, but it's not likely that you're going to find a lot of customer that is going to purchase 10 times. So what you need to think of is like, if the cost per purchase is super high, imagine the cost per purchase is $40, you are almost break even. So that's, you turn it off. That's why these 2 numbers are so important, because yeah, like once you need to check the ROAS, and then the cost per purchase. As with these 2 numbers, you made a decision. If it's profitable, you scale. If it's not profitable, you turn it off. I hope that this is clear. Anyway, take it a photo and you can do your own one. And then here I have a very short Yeah, we're running a bit late, but I'm gonna be quick. It's just to retargeting. So once you have done all the ads, you've been testing, it's been working great. So this is where you are gonna make the money actually in the retargeting, which is basically we are going to send the ads to the people that are already in our funnel, that already know us, the hot audiences. That's what the ads that they perform best because they already know you, so they trust your brand kind of. So these one are the best audiences. It will be video view 95%, 75%, and 50%. Instagram and Facebook, that people basically that engage with you in Instagram and Facebook, and then website behavior, people that have added to cart, initial checkout, website visitor, and add to payment info, excluding the purchase in the last day. I will definitely exclude people that purchase in the last days if you are giving any offer, because retargeting work really well. Probably you have seen come back and get 15% off or something like that. So if I just purchase a product and now I get retarget for the brand and they send me a 15% off, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be like, hey, I just bought the product and you offer me 50% off now. So that's what is important for you to exclude. I normally exclude 30 days. I put 7 here, I don't know why, but normally I exclude 30 days just in case, because I don't want that situation that someone feel bad because they pay more and now I offer a deal. So that's why I exclude people that have done the purchase. And I test the last 7 days, last 14 days, and last 30 days, and last 60 days. And I recreate this retargeting audience every 7 to 14 days to get the best results. To create the audiences, basically it's in here, you go to audiences, and then custom audience, it will be what we are talking about, the retargeting one. So you have the website one, the Instagram, the Facebook, and you can put, as I've been saying, like any that have engaged with my professional account in the last 7 days. So this is gonna send the ad to everyone that have basically visit my Instagram page in the last 7 days. So I will call it Instagram and last 7 days. That's how I will call it. So that's how you create your audiences. And then how you create your lookalike audiences are here. But for this, you need to wait a little bit more. So based on the pixel, you need to have a lot of information, so it will be later. But if you have, we haven't done that, but if you have already the video view, you can create it from here, or for example, from here straight away as well. You can say here, actions, create lookalike audience. So you can create lookalike audience of people that have engaged in your Instagram page in the last 7 days. Any questions? Okay, let me see. Okay, guys, I think that there are not many questions. So if you want to reach out later, just let me know. If whatever question you have, Amanda, I don't know if you have any question, but otherwise, this will be pretty much it. I hope that it was very helpful. And yeah, like for all of you that are watching the recording, same thing. I'm able to, like, if you reach me out on Instagram, I will be more than happy to help you if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.